All right, I greet you lovers of freedom. This is Biafra Watchman TV. Without wasting our time, I said something. There is a wind of revolution blowing in Africa, Black African nation. There is a wind of revolution blowing. Here, Gambia have told or have told, not how, yeah, have led this colonialist, has led them to do what? All the licenses they gave them to be mining their resources. They've revoked it from them. Same thing with Senegal. Same thing with Senegal. African nation, Abraham Traore have started working, because if you watch the way the guy speaks, you will know that this young man is on a mission. He's on a mission. He has come to make the fight which MNK have been fighting to restore Biafra, and Simon have been fighting to restore Biafra. Abraham Traore have come to make it easy for them. You will not understand. Some people will not understand what I'm saying, but in due time, you guys will understand. This young guy have come. Chukwu Kikabiam have sent him to make the work easier for MNK. Forget about the trials going on. In freedom fighting, what you are seeing today is normal. It's normal. At first, they will call you a rebel. Second, they will call you terrorist. But if you persist, if you are determined in your pursuit for freedom, they will later call you on a round table for negotiation and for peace talk. These are the procedures. These are the things you are bound to see as a leader leading any liberation movement. So what MNK is going through and what Simon is going through is not a new thing. Is the path they have to follow. Is the path they have to follow. The people who fought for the freedom of their nation, they followed this path. They took this path. So in all these things, they are clamoring for Biafra, talking about Biafra, championing Biafra, leading Biafra. If they have not come to this point, just know that meaning and emergency and what is. But for them to have come to this very point, they are now. It shows that how did they normally say? There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a hope. Yes, 100% hope that Biafra will come. It's left for us, we, the followers, we who are outside, to be determined and to keep pushing. It's quite unfortunate that in the history of freedom fighting, it's only Biafrans that they captured their leader and they just became docile. It's quite unfortunate. In the history of freedom fighting, it's only in Biafra case that they apprehended, or the oppressor got hold of their leader and they became confused. In other nations that have read their freedom fighting, as soon as they get their leader, they get radicalized more. Even the oppressor will be confused. They will be regretting ever even, getting hold of the leaders. And also, I have to state this thing here. Also, it's only in this Biafra, in this case of Biafra, that I've seen that the people who are fighting for Biafra restoration have conditioned their mind that it's only one particular group that will restore Biafra or that will bring the freedom. It's only in Biafra that I've seen it. The books I've read And the movies I've watched about, not even movie, the documentaries of nations that fought for their freedom. There is always at a point in their life or in their agitation that some group will spring up from each other. Yes, the most important thing in the springing up is let the oppressor be your target, not the group you spring out from. Let your eyes be on the ball. Let your oppressor be your primary target. In the case of South Africa, when they were fighting for apartheid, I've forgotten the name of the group that sprang out from ANC, because they discovered then, they said the ANC pattern of fighting for this freedom is not giving them joy, that this apartheid regime need a strong hand. But the people leading ANC, then they believe they are mainly technocrats and people who they will write mail and send to London, write mail, send to US. At a point, some individuals said, no, we can't continue like this. They sprang out from ANC, form their own listing, say no, carry color. At that process, Nelson Mandela, you see today, said no, the status quo has to be changed in ANC. And now, when he was the youth leader of ANC, he now formed wing. Now the apartheid regime, they were getting it hot from ANC, courtesy of the youth wing, which Nelson Mandela was championing. And the other group that sprang out from ANC. So the apartheid regime, the apartheid government, they become confused. That is why when they apprehended, what's his name, Mandela, they still keep getting it hot. They have no option than to release Mandela and call him for round table. So what am I saying? We have to do what? In whatever we are doing. If you say you believe in DOS, let your target be the oppressor, not the people you say they are my people or autopilot. Let your main target be the oppressor. The same thing applicable to the other group. That is how it's being done. In so doing, you will give your oppressor more task, because now they know that they have different wings, and different wings have sprung up. They will not know who they will hold. They will not know who they will catch. Let me shock you guys. You see Ambazonia, that Biafra is in alliance with. They are men on ground zero. Not all of them are taking orders from Dr. Chua Yabao. They have different leaders they are taking orders from. But they make sure that their primary target is La Republique. The men on ground zero, they get this understanding. People who are loyal to Shuayaba, be loyal to Shuayaba. People who are loyal to other groups, be loyal to them. But let our target be La Republique. That is why they are getting results. But in our own case, the people who claim they are this one, their target is to be hunting their fellow soldier, who is also talking about Biafra. Who is also talking about Biafra. It's quite pathetic. It's quite pathetic. We have to decide now. Chiaigefe. Very important. We have to decide now. We can't continue like this. So if you come across this video, if you think I make sense, because I know I cannot make sense to to everybody, but I believe this video, in subsequent time, you will understand. You know, Ibrahim Traore, in conclusion, Ibrahim Traore have stand out to face the people who are giving the oppressors mind that if we demand for referendum, they will buy you. And no word will not cough. Nobody will talk. The Western world will not talk. The mainstream media will not talk. Ibrahim Traore have stood up. Now target the real people. Because they hide under those real people. Because they have white skin. Because as a black man, you believe that once white skin profile you, it becomes a validation. So their puppets in Africa, who they are using, if you come out to talk, they will do everything to silence you, buy you, and you know. But if you say no, enough is enough. If you buy me, I buy you. Now, them will enshrine self-defense in UN Charter. And them, even in African Union Charter, is there self-defense. But if you check why they are trying Simon and MNK, is because they said, no, you can't continue to buy us. We'll have to defend ourselves. And Nigeria is a signatory to all these charters. Some nations got their freedom via armed struggle. But in the case of Africa, in the case of Biafra, you see how they are using it to persecute our leaders. So Ibrahim Traore have stand out now to challenge those neo-colonialists. Yes. He has started opening the eyes of other Africans to let them know that these people, they are terrified, they are so scared of, they are not in there, they have one head. Just, I want you guys to watch this video and see the game that is playing now. Then when the serious, there is serious wave in Africa, serious wave. The time of West in Africa, believe you me, it has almost come to an end. If you come across this video, please like and share. I greet you all. Peace and love.
Guinea's military leader, Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, just revoked 46 mining licenses from foreign companies, echoing Burkina Faso's Ibrahim Traore's fight to control Africa's wealth. This Pan-African surge is waking up leaders across the continent to reclaim resources and sovereignty. Here is why this is a turning point for Africa. Africa's riches, Guinea's bauxite, Burkina Faso's gold, Congo's cobalt, have long been siphoned by foreign powers. Companies like Rio Tinto and De Beers reaped billions, while Africans saw poverty. Post-independence, unfair contracts kept the theft alive. In May 2025, Guinea cancelled licenses for bauxite, gold, and diamond operations, targeting non-compliant farms. Burkina Faso nationalized gold mines, building refineries to keep profits local. These moves challenge centuries of exploitation. Why is this good for Africa? Taking back resources means wealth stays home. Guinea's bauxite, 25% of global supply, can now fund schools, roads, hospitals, and more through local farms. Burkina Faso's gold revenue has spiked since Traore's reforms, supporting farmers and youth. Controlling resources restores power. Africa decides its terms, not Western corporations. This shift creates jobs and skills, breaking dependence on foreign aid. Why is Africa waking up? Leaders see Traore's results. His Sahel alliance with Mali and Niger proves unity works, trading with Russia and China as equals. Guinea's license cancellation followed this model, inspired by Doumbouya's own anti-colonial revolve. Across Africa, Namibia's uranium push, Botswana's diamond deals, nations are learning that sovereignty pays. Social media spreads this fire, with youth demanding leaders to act. The rest of Africa must follow. Utilizing resources means building industries, not exporting raw materials. Nigeria's oil, Zambia's copper, Ghana's gold. This can transform economies if controlled locally. Unity, like Guinea and Burkina Faso show, strengthens bargaining power. Waiting risks more looting. Leaders who ignore this face unrest as citizens demand their share.
We have some major breaking news coming from Senegal. Senegal has kicked out France out of Senegal, and it has closed all their military bases, and they have been told to pack and leave. And let me tell you, they were deported with a military cargo plane. Yes, you heard it right. Cargo plane. So this is what happened. The president of Senegal told France to close all their military bases that were located in Senegal. And they thought that this is a joke. So they thought that he was just saying because he had given them a deadline. And let me tell you, when the deadline expired, you won't believe that they were all rounded up, placed in a cargo plane and deported back to France. So West Africa is waking up, and it is saying that France has been taking a lot from them. This started with Ibrahim Traore, and now it is spreading all over. For the longest time, France has been in West Africa taking a lot from them. But now, all these countries are waking up and they are saying enough is enough. It is time for France to go back to France.